What job exists because we are stupid? For more infotainment, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thanks for watching. My job, financial advisor. Save money for retirement, at least 10% of what you earn, gross, in an IRA or employer-sponsored plan. Put it in growth mutual funds or ETFs, and don't touch it until you're satisfied you have enough there to live on no more than 4 to 5% of the balance per year for the rest of your life. Don't consider individual stocks with this money. Establish a basic budget based on your post-retirement savings income and current expenses. Do not spend more than you bring in on a regular basis. Save a little after-tax money from every paycheck in an FDIC-insured savings account. This is your emergency fund. Don't touch it if you're not in financial dire straits. Once you have at least 3 months of expenses covered by that emergency account, keep saving the money, but flow it to another investment vehicle, such as stocks, bonds, CDs, treasuries, real estate, precious metals, whatever you are comfortable with depending on your goals and risk tolerance that can at least hold value, if not grow it. This is your savings for home, car, vacation, and other major purchases. With the possible exceptions of purchasing a home or borrowing for education that will actually pay for itself, don't take on debt. Pay off your credit cards monthly. Pay your bills on time. If you can't follow the above, take a hard look at your lifestyle. Either find a way to earn more money, spend less money, or both. Second jobs are sometimes necessary, or many people just need to eat out less, go to bars less, drive a cheaper car, or downgrade their living situation. Don't give in trying to impress others or looking good on social media, just do you. Traffic police in Baltimore. I was there this summer and the gridlock was atrocious. People push their way into the intersection, the light turns red, and they are stuck there until the light is about to turn red in the opposite direction, at which point those people push their way into the intersection and the cycle perpetuates. During rush hour, they have police standing in the intersections not to direct traffic, though, simply to hold their hand up when the light turns red so that people don't push their way into the intersection. Basically, a human has to stand in traffic for hours just to tell the drivers what the lights mean. It was unbelievable. Oh God, this reminds me of Atlanta. They have highway signs that tell you how many people have died so far that year in traffic accidents. It's obscene. It was something like just under 1,000 people so far this year in August. And yet everyone still drives like they're the only person on the road, so why not watch YouTube on my phone, swerve between lanes with no advance warning, and tailgate like I'm trying to drive through the other car. It's terrifying, and I was only there for 3 days and now I never want to go back. Ever. Just knowing that there are people who treat 5 lanes of traffic like it's a goddamn go-kart track makes me want to vomit. I work in an aquarium and we have what I can best describe as floor guides, which are just staff that interact with people and share interesting info about the exhibits. Realistically, while that is part of the job, the main reason for these people being out there is to tell people to keep their hands out of the stingray and turtle tanks, because for some reason beyond my comprehension people don't naturally get this concept. At least once a day I hear, well, why can't I touch the stingrays? And so far my all-time favorite outcome of that question was a kid who said they have the word sting in their name. I have wanted to say that so many times, but am unable. Edit. Since this post got some attention, I'd just like to point out that stingrays are relatively harmless and won't sting unless they are in fear for their life and have no escape. They want to run away before all else and are actually quite friendly. That being said, it isn't that we don't trust the rays, we just don't trust the people, haha. Also, we do have a touch tank with rays in it, but it is cured and the barbs on those rays are trimmed regularly as a further precaution. Met a guy once. His job was putting dirt on potatoes. Somebody along the supply chain washed them pretty well by the time they got to the grocery. People didn't trust the clean potatoes. So one guy had to put dirt back on them to make them more authentic. Edit. Wow, a silver. My first. Thank you. Somewhat similar, continuously variable transmissions, CVTs, are becoming more and more common in modern cars. CVTs have a virtually infinite number of gear ratios compared to the normal 5 to 7 speed automatics. In a normal automatic you can feel the gear shift, but with a CVT there are no shifts to feel as it smoothly moves between ratios. People complain that they think something is wrong when they notice there are no shifts. Because of this, engineers program the CVT to only use several specific ratios to recreate the feeling of the shift, defeating the purpose of the CVT. Computer repair. For the most part, probably half of all the things I had to repair were extremely silly mistakes that could have been avoided by simply reading. Whenever people get an error message, they panic and click it away. Most don't even read it, when reading it could already help you fix it. I remember one guy who said he didn't want to pay us to put a SIM card in his phone. I completely understand this, because it's overpriced as hell. But we still told him to make sure to take the nano SIM out of the holder it came in order for it to fit in his phone. 10 minutes later, he came back because he ruined his phone trying to forcefully push the SIM card and the holder into the socket of his phone. I mean, y'all aren't stupid, but I stupidly worked at Waffle House for the 2 months we got for winter break in college. For 10 HRS a day, MTWF, I only cooked bacon to perfection. Nothing else. I couldn't cook any other breakfast item, and the owner knew I was just a temp, so consistently perfect bacon would do. One day, Mr. Important Wahoo dude for the Southeast came into our house as we were a recent open, and the owner must have been absolutely desperate to impress him, so he decided to go all in about his bacon cooking prodigy, reluctantly nicknamed the Baconator. For context, every time one of the absolute characters, who are longtime Wahoo workers, would call for the classic pull one bacon, they would make a big deal to their customers about the rookie Baconator, and I would proceed to shake my head over the grill and remind myself that this was the absolute rock bottom. So Mr. Important Wahoo man tells me to fry him up some godly pieces of bacon. I pick out 4th slices of bacon, toss those bad boys on the grill and let them sizzle for precisely 40 to 45 seconds, but Mr. Wahoo is telling me to throw the iron on them as is standard procedure. But I continue to let the bacon cook uncovered for just the right amount of seconds before I threw the iron on for half the time. Lifted the iron off the bacon, scooped and served, so they would hit the plate knowing another 10 to 15 seconds of cooking are still going to occur. Bossman takes a look at their flawless appearance, takes a bite, and this freaking infectious smile emerges. The smile only provided by bacon sizzled to perfection. Well, they wanted me to work Christmas, but my family had booked a cruise for the week. Parents were in the beginnings of splitting up, so I kind of saw it as the last traditional family hurrah. Manager was adamant that I work the holidays regardless of my notification during the hiring process. So on Thursday at work, the day before we had to head to the Florida Keys to embark, my manager snidely says, "See you Saturday, holidays on the weekends at Wahoo are pure hell," and I replied, "Yeah man, if you're going to be in Barbados." Proceeded to kick open the greasy, black, unlockable back door, because 24/7 Waffles Day, one last time, and Kobe the out of my bacon grease lathered black apron into the bin for the absolute final time, with my yellow name tag saying Baconator still attached. After the cruise I came in to pick up my last paycheck before returning to college, just trying to slide in and out unnoticed because I was sure they fired me. They hadn't. It was like they completely forgot. I was instead offered a management position by Mr. Regional Wahoo at one of the Wahoos in my college town. I had talked with him about progress in college and stuff, so I guess he figured I was the most qualified. Unfortunately, the Baconator's achievements weren't enough. I would have hopped on that if I wasn't at that very moment specifically determined to finish school, so I never had to scrape Wahoo grease off those bloody tiles ever again. Or have damn Carla the semi-functional meth head call me Baconator one more goddamn time with a horse laugh right before she heads out back to chain smoke cigs for half an hour. My drunk just realized this post has absolutely nothing to do with the OP, so enjoy this random anecdote from the 2 most pathetic months of my life.